Okay, I've not scrolled on social media for 569 days. Nice. You've been late to work because of your social media addiction. You haven't gone to the gym and you've missed workouts because you couldn't stop scrolling. And overall, you just feel super exhausted and you have no focus. So let's just get straight into it. What is the most important piece of advice? You need to embrace boredom. Why would this help? Because being able to be bored and being bored more often takes your brain from the current mode that it's in into a new mode where you can think and output. You see, your brain is only really capable of doing two things, and that is input and output. Your brain is either processing things that come through your eyes and ears and your nose, or it can work inwardly and it can work inside itself and it can think. That is when you come up with ideas. That is when you are feeling the most creative. That's when you have the shower thoughts. You need to get your brain into the output mode where you can think rather than just consume. Think of it right now with this video. You've probably already had the temptation to pull your phone out and start scrolling as I'm trying to help you to stop scrolling. You probably already thought about scrolling down to the comment section. You've probably already thought about quitting off of this video and just going to watch the latest Mr. Beast video. You have a social media addicted brain that is only capable right now of processing inputs, and it's not capable of outputting its own ideas and being creative. So how did I do this? One day, I woke up to go to work, as I do every other day. I wake up at about 6:30 in the morning, get dressed, brush my teeth, go for a piss, and I get ready, get my lunch out of the fridge. I'm fully ready for work. And I go downstairs, I walk outside my house, and I go to my car. And I get in my car, and I notice that the glove box on the passenger side is open. That's weird. I never open it, right? And it's open. Okay, whatever. Didn't really think much of it. And then I turn to the right, and then next to the wheel as well is another glove box open. And what had happened is someone had actually got into my car and stolen something out of my car. Why is this story relevant? Because my car, it broke. The center console in the car broke, and so I couldn't listen to music in my car anymore, because I used to listen to music going to work, driving back from work. It's about half an hour to drive to my work, and I used to listen to music all the time. So that broke, so I bought a speaker to put in my car so that I could listen to music, with a little speaker on the dashboard. And I thought that would be a quick fix. What actually happened is someone ended up breaking into my car whilst I was asleep and stealing the speaker out of the glove box. And that was frustrating as hell when it happened. But this was actually a blessing in disguise, because what did this mean? It meant that when I'm driving to work and when I drive back from work, it's silence. There's no inputs going into my brain. My brain is bored. It's very boring. And this allows me to think and go into the output mode. So just think about that. How can you make yourself more bored during the day? Is it that you're going for a walk and you need to go without any headphones, with no music? Is it that you go to the gym with your headphones, but when you do cardio, you just do cardio with no music and you just by yourself, no inputs, you're just doing the cardio? Try and find opportunities in your life where you can be more bored. And the second piece of advice that you need to understand is your brain is like a muscle. So we need to train your brain the same way that you would train your chest or your biceps or your shoulders. We need to get into the mental gym. And being bored is the opportunity for you to start training the muscle that is your brain to do the thing that it's supposed to do, because our brains are not designed to just consume and be a vessel by which to experience content from people. That is what you're doing with this video right now. You're consuming my content, but this video is educational. I'm hoping that you come off this video convinced or motivated enough to stop scrolling through social media and to actually really help you. Because again, I've managed to stay off social media and I've never scrolled since for 1.5 years. So, maybe listen to my advice. But we need to get into that mental gym, and being bored is the gym. Meditation is also a really good way to be bored and to have no thoughts going through your brain. Sitting in front of a blank journal and just writing down what happened in your day, what's happened in your week, what have you accomplished, what's gone well, what's gone wrong, and having to think about that. Sitting down in front of a blank Notion document and coming up with YouTube scripts for me is a great way to train my mental muscle, my brain, and to be a little bit bored. Sometimes I'm sat in front trying to script a video and it's very boring and I don't really have any ideas. But look, I'm not scrolling through social media in that time. That is my brain going into output mode. There's no inputs, it's just outputs. And the last bit of advice I'll give you is we need to understand Why is it that our subconscious is taking over our movements and our life? The subconscious part of your brain is actually in control of you for the majority of the day. And that's not a good thing, because the subconscious part of your brain is the stupid part of your brain. It's the primal part of your brain that just wants dopamine. It just wants serotonin. And so all that part of your brain wants you to do is to scroll, is to watch porn, is to play video games, because it's easy, it's fun, and it's just something to occupy your brain with. We need to actively make the decision to start shifting our processes from the subconscious forward into the frontal lobe, where that's the conscious part of our brain where we can actually think and make decisions. So how have I done this? Because it's not really a very easy thing to visualize. You need to kind of actively make decisions rather than just mindlessly making decisions like scrolling. And the best way for me that I did this was I worked on this YouTube channel. I set up this YouTube channel and worked on it. That is how I did it, and that is how I'm going to recommend that you do it. You can document your life, you can set up a YouTube channel, and that is going to be a great outlet for you to focus. That is where you're going to train your focus. That is where you're going to train your brain to be in output mode, is when you have to focus on scripting a video and then recording the video and then editing the video and uploading it. These are all great tasks that you can do that are productive, that are healthy. It's almost like a journal on the internet, right? And potentially you can make some money from that as well. And it's a great way to shift your brain from being in the subconscious autopilot mode and flipping that to the front of the brain where you're actively focusing. Every task that you do is different. Every video that you do is a little bit different with different bits of advice or different content, and you have to think about that. And that is my recommendation. I would get a project or a business or something that you can put your time and focus and energy into, and that is going to shift your brain to be more active and be thinking actively about the tasks that you are doing in the day, rather than being bored and then mindlessly going to scroll. So overall, those three things is how I have been able to stay off social media and stay off scrolling for 1.5 years. And that has been the best thing that I've ever done in my life. I feel so productive, I feel so motivated, and I just want whoever's clicked on this video, because you clearly know that it's a problem, to get to that same point that I was at. So hopefully this video helps you. I'm keeping it super short and sweet today. Thank you so much for watching, mate, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.